opened in 1971, 16 years after California's Disneyland. There were no other parks like it, thanks in part to new ride technologies like the groundbreaking audio animatronics found in Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a small world. And a park favorite, the Haunted Mansion. In the Haunted Mansion, doom buggies carry you through the moldering sanctum of the spirit world. Within these walls lie some of Disney's oldest and best special effects. A disembodied head sees the future as ghosts roam creepy corridors. And then there's one of Disney's best kept secrets, the Dining Hall Phantoms. These spooks have been mystifying visitors for years. Curiously, the technology behind them is pretty simple.
In the Haunted Mansion, we have several special effects, and a lot of those are based on techniques that were developed by magicians years ago, and parlor tricks, reflection in glass, and all things that have been around since, long before Disney was designing attractions.
The spirits in the Haunted Mansion are all controlled from a highly sensitive and restricted area. The Digital Animation Control System, or DAX.
DAX is the nerve center electronically of the park.
More than 1,100 audio animatronics figures and 700 soundtracks are controlled from here. This is the brainstem of the Magic Kingdom. This single cabinet handles every spook inspector in the Haunted Mansion.
This contains all of the sounds throughout the attraction from end to end. This is a raven from the graveyard scene. There are some cats from the graveyard. And, of course, one that everyone will recognize, the howling dog. He's on the outside.
Through the years, Disney knew it had to keep the park fresh and relevant for generations of new guests.
Technology has been a major force in the evolution of the parks.
We have technologies that can bring the characters to life in more ways than ever before.
With that in mind, the Magic Kingdom continues to develop new technologies and attractions, like Mickey's PhilharMagic, Stitch's Great Escape, and of course the Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor Comedy Club.
Every show is different. That's because the monster comics that are up on stage are able to see and talk to the guests.
The 400-seat theater sits in Tomorrowland right across from where Stitch likes to escape everything.
You actually leave the world of Tomorrowland through a magical process, a door. The monster doors open, the light lights, and you step through into the monster world. And you find yourselves at Monstropolis. And here they've taken one of their test chambers and turned it into a comedy club.
At the Comedy Club, guests could laugh, joke, and match wits with comedian wannabes recruited by Mike Wazowski, the one-eyed hero from Disney Pixar's Monsters Incorporated.
Mike is our MC, Monster of Ceremonies, and he's going to introduce you to a number of wacky monsters who are doing stand-up comedy, some for the first time, and your laughter will help power their world.
The goal of the show, for Mike at least, is to fill up his laugh can.
And so when we laugh, we see spikes and power. There may even be a part of the show where the laugh can gets too full, like Mike should have changed can.
Before Mike could do any of this, the Imagineers had to tackle a few challenges of their own.
It's the most interactive, live, real-time feeling show we've ever done with Disney characters.
This show has been probably one of the hardest shows I've ever worked on.
Hey, raise your hand if you're here.
The monsters actually recognize the guests in the audience and can talk with them one-on-one, four-on-one, five-on-one. One of the monsters has two heads, so that's 2-on-1. I guess that would be
How do the monsters come up with their material?
The monsters actually have their own material.
Yeah.
Stafford writers. There are a lot of writers in Monster World.
Purple ice
Guests
cube?
can even get into the act. They can
I
text
don't know.
message jokes
I'm
from
not
their
sure.
cell phones to the comics before the show begins.
We're very excited about how the humans will be giving their
Good.
to monsters
Good.
because I think for the very first time in a Disney attraction, we will be asking guests if they want to participate to text message using their cell phones or PDAs, text message jokes back to Monster World.
What?
The Comedy Club is a monster smash,
Yeah.
but it might never have made it to Walt Disney World if something remarkable had not occurred. In January 2006, the Walt Disney Company and its longtime friend and partner, Pixar, two of the world's largest animation entities, finally got together. It was touted as a marriage made in heaven.
We are very excited to be able to work with John Lasseter and our friends at Pixar.
I think it's great working with Pixar. We have a great creative collaboration relationship.
With Goofy and Woody now corporate cousins, what would that mean for Walt Disney World?
John got a start at Disney World as a sweeper and later as a Jungle Cruise operator. So he loves the cruise. And coming from animation, as many of the early Imagineers did, he completely understands stepping into dimensional worlds and creating dimensional worlds. So he's the perfect partner for it.
Hi.
Hi. So what you in the mood for?
Steakhouse?
Steakhouse. Steakhouse. Bills. How much you give me?
As in, like, steakhouse cheeseburger from Wendy's?
Awesome. You say you got change for the bus? Wendy's new Steakhouse Junior Cheeseburger